All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful framework for building wealth, real, lasting wealth. This comes from the mind of Naval Ravikant, an incredible entrepreneur and investor. And here's the thing, we're not talking about lottery tickets or luck. We're talking about a blueprint.
So let's just kick things off with a big question, one that a lot of people wrestle with. Is getting rich really just about luck? Being in the right place at the right time? Is it just a roll of the dice? That's the common belief. But what if it's not?
Well, according to Yuval, the answer is a hard no. He argues that getting rich isn't some game of chance. It's actually a skill that you can learn. There's a formula, a literal blueprint that anyone can follow if they just get the core principles. So let's dive into what those are.
Okay, the very first step, and this is a big one, is a huge mindset shift. We have to completely change the way we think about what rich even means. And that starts by understanding the massive difference between money and wealth.
This distinction is absolutely crucial. See, money is what you get for trading your time. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. It's temporary. Wealth, on the other hand, that's the real goal. Wealth is the stuff you own, the assets, the businesses, the investments that are out there working for you, making money while you sleep.
Naval puts it perfectly here. When your income is directly tied to the hours you put in, you are essentially just renting out your time to someone else. To build true wealth, you have to make the shift from renting your time to owning assets.
So you're probably thinking, okay, great. How do I start building those assets? Well, it all starts with developing what Naval calls your unfair advantage. And this isn't something you can just go out and buy. It's something you have to build from the ground up.
And that advantage is built on something called specific knowledge. So what is that? It's that unique blend of your skills and your genuine passions. It's the stuff that feels like play to you, but to everyone else, it looks like hard work. Think about it. What do you find yourself geeking out about late at night? What skills do you practice just for the fun of it? That's where your gold mine is.
Let's make this real with an example. Okay, let's say you're just naturally passionate about fitness. You get it, you love it, you'd be doing it anyway, right? That's your foundation. Now, on top of that natural passion, you decide to layer on a high-value skill. Let's say you put in the work to get really good at content creation. You learn how to film and edit videos, how to write things that people actually want to read, and how to build a community online. And when you combine those two things, boom, suddenly you've created something totally unique. You're not just another personal trainer anymore. You're a fitness content creator. And you've carved out a little niche for yourself where there's almost no competition. You've built a brand. Okay, so you've developed your specific knowledge, but you're still just one person. How do you scale that? How do you multiply your impact way beyond just your own efforts? The answer is leverage.
Leverage is basically a force multiplier for your judgment. For most of history, there were two main types. You had labor, which is just having other people work for you, and you had capital, which is investing money to make more money. But today, two new forms are way more powerful. And those are code and media. I mean, think about it. You can write a piece of software one time, and it can be used by millions of people. You can create one video, and it can be watched by millions. The cost to make another copy is basically zero. This is what Yuval calls permissionless leverage. You don't need anyone's approval to start. You can just do it. This has completely changed the game for wealth creation.
So you're building your specific knowledge, you're applying leverage, but there's one critical piece missing from this puzzle. How do you actually capture the value that you're creating? Well, the answer is all about ownership.
Look, a salary is great for security. It pays the bills. But it's fundamentally a rental agreement for your time and skills. Equity, owning a piece of the business, a piece of the upside, that's what makes you rich. It means you own a piece of the value that you help create.
And listen, this doesn't mean you need to own the entire company. Ownership is not an all-or-nothing thing. Even getting a tiny slice of the right pie, a small percentage of a successful business, can be absolutely life-changing.
All right, now we get to the secret sauce that ties this entire blueprint together. And it's one simple but incredibly hard concept: patience. Wealth isn't built overnight. It's about playing the long game and using the almost magical power of compounding. Compounding is like planting a tree. In the first year, the gains are tiny, almost invisible. But if you just stay consistent, over 5, 10, 15 years, that curve starts to bend upwards, dramatically. That's where the exponential results kick in. It's where real, serious wealth is actually built.
And here's what's so critical to understand. This isn't just about money. Compounding applies to everything.
Your skills compound every time you practice. Your reputation compounds with every good deed. Your relationships compound with trust built over years and years. You have to play long-term games with long-term people.
So, after all of this, what's the point? Why go through all this trouble? Is it just about piling up numbers in a bank account? Yuval argues that the whole pursuit of wealth has to be connected to something much deeper, your own personal freedom and peace of mind.
I mean, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? If the journey to becoming wealthy costs you your health, your family, or your inner calm, then what's the point? The price is just way too high. The money becomes useless.
So the real win here, the ultimate goal of this entire blueprint, isn't just about the money. It's about getting that perfect combination, having the resources you need, having the freedom to do what you want with your time, and having the inner peace to actually enjoy it all.
Okay, so let's boil it all down. The blueprint right here. Step 1, build your unique specific knowledge around your passions. Step 2, multiply everything you do with permissionless leverage like code and media. Step 3, make sure you capture that value by owning equity. And finally, Step 4, play the long game. Let everything compound.
So there it is. The strategy is all laid out. It's a formula for creating wealth, not for waiting around for a lucky break. So really, the only question left to ask is the one right on your screen. The blueprint is clear. What are you going to build?